It was tournament day. New Days, the best Peach in the world, was going to be there. Skinny the Pooh, the legendary Mario with some of the most insane upsets like MKLeo and Nicola was going to be there. And most importantly, I was going to be there. I actually had gone to San Japan for the con last year, but I didn't go to the tournament itself. I had just went there real quick, check it out how I was doing, you know, some friendlies maybe. But I managed to stick to the con for now. But this year, I decided to go to the actual tournaments and enter. And thankfully, it was a good idea I did, because I had a really good time with that. Now, I arrived to the venue a few hours early to get some practice in and some friendlies with some people, but no one was really there at the moment because the tournament started at about 1-ish, I'm pretty sure, and I had arrived at about 11. Not the best time. Now, the venue was actually different from last year's venue. It was in a separate part of the convention center, but it looked pretty nice. I got some nice shots of it. I'll probably put it in the video and everything like that. But it was actually a much better venue than what we had last year. We had an actual stage, we had an actual audience, like, you know, actual chairs. It was pretty crazy. Eventually I go to eat, something like that. I come back and I get to practice in with Toast, the best Joker in Texas, and one of the best Jokers in the US actually, and even the world. She's an insane labber, and if you don't know her, go check her out. So eventually the tournament starts, and my first match is called at about 4 because I was in wave B of pools, and my first match was actually up against a Sonic player. I hate that matchup, but nonetheless, a flawless 2-0 for me, you know, just a bit of an annoying, you know, match. My next match is up against a Terry player who actually played it last year at a tournament called Esports Encore. We don't talk about how I did at that tournament, but you know, again, another flawless 2-0. Then comes the big guns. I was seeded to actually lose this next match against someone called Master69. Pretty funny considering that my tag is KH Master69. And they are a Richter player, and I asked Toast for some help on the matchup because I have a bit of a Belmont blockade, especially because of online. Our match was on stream, and thankfully I did manage to edge it out, but I was playing a bit shaky that game. Nonetheless, day 1 of me was done. I was confirmed in top 32 winner side, and I did pop off a little bit versus Master69. I won't lie, I had a bit of a pop off. Day 1 was over, and I was ready to head over into day 2. Day 2 begins, and I have to fight Toast. Toast, who has time and time again kind of bodied me the last few times we played. Let's see with Aegis, but I was feeling slightly confident this time. I felt like I could do it. I felt like I could really do it. Games 1 and 2, I got 2 stars twice. It was not looking good for me. She was in my head. She was edge guarding me. She was comboing me left and right. I could not get my footing in. It was pretty brutal. Then game 3, I kind of woke up. I 2-stocked her back, and I was feeling confident. I was like, alright, let's go. You know, I banned, you know, against her, I always ban PS2, because Toast is beyond good on PS2. Like, it's actually insane. Ban PS2, I banned FD, because he's also pretty good on FD, and I actually banned Town, because she kind of beat me on Town, because I kind of picked her to Town first. So, banned that. So she could either move to Battlefield, Small, Smashville, Hollow, or Carlos. Now, I just beat her on Smashville with the solid 2-stock. She always bans Small and Battlefield versus me, as well as Hollow. So Carlos, I don't know why I didn't ban Carlos. I lost. It was still very doable. It was last stock. I felt like I was still fighting my footing a bit. You know, I was edge guarding her still. It was pretty back and forth. You know, she took a stock, I took a stock. Pretty close. But in the end, I couldn't clutch it out, so I dropped down into the losers bracket, losing to Toast 3-1. Next opponent is Salt King, who is a Ken and Little Mac player. Now, Little Mac, I'm pretty confident, you know, I can beat him. It's freaking Little Mac. It's Aegis Little Mac, just garbage match matchup. I started the game, you know, bodying him, you know, 3 stocks to 1. I started freaking choking like a madman. Thankfully, I still clutched it out, but oh my god, I was 1 KO punch away from losing game 1. Immediately, we go to Battlefield. Then he kind of picks me. He kind of picks Ken for me. And same thing happens. I'm whooping his ass, 3 stocks to 1, and I'm choking. I'm choking like B Rabbit in 8 Mile. It's actually insane how much I was choking that game. Once again, though, let's take it and move on to game 3. In game 3, same stage, same characters. This time wasn't as dominant for us, you know, go back and forth. Game 3, I make a vital mistake of siding with Pyra, and I get shoryu'd for it. Alright, you know what? My fault. Should have done that side B. Sure. Game 4. And I'm getting kind of bodied. It's 2 stocks to 1 last game, you know, on game 4. And he gets me around to like 70%. I finally take a second stock, but I'm still like, you know, losing a bit. I start comboing him, he almost kills me, he gets up and Shoryu on me, does not kill. Then I get him off stage. He side moves back to stage. I forward smash with Mithra to catch his jump. He has to side B here. And I get the cheesiest Pyrus down air kill of my life. I actually just cheesed him so hard. I maybe I popped off a little bit, you know, it was an upset, you know, who wouldn't? I was the 25th seed. So, you know, I'll place my seed already by that point, so feeling good about myself. Next up, I had to fight a Rob player. Fuck Rob, bro. I hate this character. Bullshit ass character. Nonetheless, the name is Free Stats. I actually lost them the first time I ever played against them at another regional, Encore, Esports Cove. Talk about that one. It's fine. The last 2 times I fought him, I 2-0'd him with Sora, and I beat him 3-1 with Aegis, you know, in 2 separate sets. So I was super confident about that, you know. Game 1 starts off, you know, I'm getting kind of bodied, you know, obviously like wobble. Then it kind of started getting a bit rocky for me, but I eventually found my footing and managed to barely steal game 1 with my classic down tilt up air with Pyra. Game 2, we went back to PS2. I'm, you know, pretty even at the start. Then I get edge guarded, and that's the end of it, unfortunately. Game 3, I counter pick him to town. He banned Battlefield, Small, and I think he banned FD? Which I don't know why Rob player would ban FD, but you know, you do you. I'll take him to town. Pretty even game. I'm staying Pyra forever in this matchup though. I don't know why. I gotta just play Mithra. Eventually I get kind of bodied, but I managed to bring it back again, you know. Game 3 goes to me. Game 4, we went it back to PS2. And this game was pretty dominant by me. I had him, I kind of 0 to death him in the first stock. He was like kind of messing up a bit, but in the end, I managed to beat him with the 2 stock. And I pop off a bit because it was still pretty close. So that's already another one down. My next match was against Hippo, who had already won Tekken, I think, or Street Fighter, I'm not too sure. They had already won an event at this tournament, so I was trying to really get this one. And this is the qualifying match for top 8. If I win this, I'm in top 8. If not, I battle at 9th. Game 1, Pyra Kazuya. PS2 classic stage, you know, this big match, clutch it up. Game 2 goes to him on Hollow. It's fine. Game 3, I had the kill. Game 3, I just missed and I died for it. It was pretty heartbreaking. I had SD'd first off that game 2. I had SD'd. So my morale was shattered. But the fact that I brought it back after that, I was like, alright, I can still win this. I can win this set still. Game 4, back on Hollow. I bodied him a bit. Saw the 2 stock, you know? Game 5. Man. It was close, yes. 1 stock each. But I could not clutch it out, man. I get Gates of Hell at 50 and die. Oh, it was brutal, man. I was so upset about that. After that disappointing performance for me, I decided to go to the convention itself in my Kingdom Hearts Shion cosplay and proceeded to spend way too much money. It's pretty embarrassing how much money I spent over there alone. But overall, San Japan was an amazing experience, and I can't wait to go back to it next year. And for my next tournament, probably my next regional is going to be Mom's House in December. So hopefully I do well at that one. I did pretty well at the one last year, so maybe I can replicate it. I don't know. with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.